It's early Sunday afternoon here at the 2007 Minnesota State Championships, coming to you from the Crown Plaza in beautiful Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. I'm Jim Stevens along with Brad Anderson on hand for a semifinal match in the winner's bracket. There you see Dave Gummeson and his partner Gregg G. Perrie. Perrie out of Hollywood, California. Dave Gummeson out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota. And on the right, there's Dillon Anderson out of St. Paul, Minnesota, and Jeff Kimmerling out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we are underway here in the first game. It is 2-0 in favor of, I guess, what you would say are the favorites in this match, Brad Anderson, Dave Gummeson, and Gregg Perrie. Although when you talk about favorites, perhaps the favorites on the right side of the table, in your opinion.
Well, yeah, you have to. We'd have to qualify what I mean by favorite. But as far as the table soccer side of it, yeah, obviously the experience is the big edge to Gummeson and Perrie. Both pros, Dillon Anderson and Jeff Kimmerling, solid players. They beat Terry Moore and Steve Mose to get to this point.
And Kimmerling, of course, a couple of years ago at the World Championships with an outstanding finish in the open doubles event, playing with Ron Olson. And it's now 2-1 as Kimmerling was able to score that one. And Dillon Anderson playing the forward position, coincidentally with the same last name as you.
Yeah. People tell me we're related, but no, he is my son. I'm going to have to try to be unbiased here.
Right, but those of you watching and listening at home, keep that in mind as we go along here. Well, here's Dave Gummeson. It is 2-1 here in this semifinal match. The winner of this match will face the winner of the Tony Sprademan, Brandon Moreland, Phil Guti, Don Fleiter match. The other semifinal, Dave Gummeson from pull shot position.
As far as what we're going to see in this match, Dave Gummeson, we know his game, that blazing wall pass, the lane pass. He's been using a brush quite a bit this weekend. Gregg Perrie, you're not going to see him shoot very much at all back there. He's going to kind of doing a 2-to-the-5 series.
Well, Gregg, not known as a shooter back there, never has been a great shooter as a goalie. Of course, he spent the bulk of his career playing the forward position, a good defensive player back there, but in order to clear the zone, he has to come up with some sort of a gimmick. And in this case, it is a 2-to-the-5 passing style. And you're going to see it right here. He'll bounce it off that outside wall. Move it slowly and then try to pass it to the 5 row of his partner Gummeson. When this works, it's a fairly high percentage play. Unfortunately, when it doesn't, it isn't.
Does that make sense?
It does, if you stop and think about it. But don't stop and think right now. Nice pass through the lane by Dillon Anderson, who will bring it across, setting it up in front pin position. Dillon fires that one home. It's 2-2.
Yeah, you'll see Dillon using that short lane wall series a la Billy Pappas.
Of course, Dillon Anderson and that would be Brad Anderson.
Yes.
Semi-pro world champions.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 years ago, 2004.
3 years ago this weekend. Yes.
That's right.
Great moment, of course, in my career, and it was really special to be able to do it with my son, so that was a lot of fun.
I would think up until becoming a top-notch sports commentator, foosball commentator, that would have been the highlight of your career.
Yeah, it's about number 2.
Gummeson able to fire that one home. It's 3-2.
Yeah. Jeff's got to put up some defense, though. Dave's shooting the ball very, very well here.
Jeff Kimmerling pretty solid back there, so I think he'll make the adjustments. Here's Dillon Anderson now, setting it up, tried to go to that far side, blocked away, rebound caroms to the 5 of Dillon.
Of course, Dillon has not been playing a whole lot lately. He's a new dad. He's got a 6-month-old baby, which would make me a grandfather.
No, that's scary. Nice pass by Perrie to the 3 row on this occasion, grabbed by Gummeson, who will bring it across and set it up in pull shot position. Your grandson's name, of course, Pierce.
It would be Pierce, absolutely.
He's here this weekend as well.
And his mom, Nikki.
And Gummeson with the best shot of the match so far, maybe the best shot of the weekend. Stroking home that pull shot. It's 4-2.
Well, we saw Dave playing earlier, and he's been working hard. He's been practicing a lot lately. He's getting ready for Worlds.
Dillon Anderson setting it up in snake shot position. And able to stroke that one home. It's now 4-3. And we have a timeout. Dave Gummeson has possession of the ball on his 5 row.
We got 2 or 1? We have ball. Okay. Ready?
And he'll put the ball back into play. It is 4-3 here in game number 1. Gummeson, possession on the 5 row. There's Dave with one of the great 5s in the history of the sport, but it's stolen away by Anderson. Dillon bringing it across and setting it up. Dillon looking to tie it up, and he does, firing it home down the middle. A nice pick right there, shooting the ball very well against Perrie, and suddenly it's 4-4. Are you able to talk right now, Brad?
I'm chewing gum, Jim. and I have problems talking and chewing gum.
Gummeson smoothly through the lane. Dave will set it up, looking to close out game number 1. Does have timeouts remaining. Taking a lot of time here, and he will indeed use a timeout. Dave Gummeson calls time in and puts the ball back into play. 4-4 here in the first. Gummeson shooting against Kimmerling, able to stroke it home. It's 1-0 in favor of Dave Gummeson and Gregg G. Perrie. Trailing 1-0, Dillon Anderson. Jeff Kimmerling now on the left. Dave Gummeson, Gregg Perrie on the right as Anderson serves the ball down to his 5-rod. Trying to come back with that stick-up pass through the lane. Can't connect. Perrie with the rebound.
Yeah, the big factor in that first game, obviously Dave Gummeson, I think, shot just about 100%. I don't recall actually Jeff getting a block there. He's obviously got to pick up the defensive pace.
And you'll see the 2-row to the 5-row passing style here that Perrie likes to employ. And he's able to angle it along the outside wall to the 5-row of Gummeson. Gummeson tried to pass it through the lane. Knocked down, and I believe Dave calling a jar on himself. He's going to award the ball to Dillon Anderson, but Anderson saying, no, I don't think you did, so he's not going to accept the ball.
I'm going to have a talk with them about that.
We're in America, though.
Yeah, that's right.
This is America.
Yeah, we'll keep that one private.
Pass along the outside wall, again from Perrie to Gummeson, and Dave again with possession on the 5-row.
Yeah, you mentioned Jeff Kimmerling back there, though, again having a very good open doubles finish a couple of years ago. Finished 5th, I believe, at the World Championships. And, in fact, did win a semi-pro doubles title that weekend with Ron Olson.
Yep.
And, Ronnie, if you're out there watching these DVDs, I hope you are. Hope you get better soon.
And Anderson able to stroke that one over the near side. So Dillon shooting the ball very well as well. Gummeson will put it into play. Now trailing 1-0 here in game number 2, but it is 1-0 in favor of Gummeson and Perrie. Gummeson can't connect. That ball squirted between the man and the wall.
It's been a bit of a problem this weekend as they kind of have the chubby bumpers.
They do have chubby bumpers here, yes. Gummeson able to haul in this rebound. He'll set it up shooting against Jeff Kimmerling, looking to tie up game number 2, and he has not missed much until right now. It's that one wide of the goal, grabbed by Kimmerling.
Well, Jeff Kimmerling is a solid goalie back there. He will make the adjustments.
Gregg Perrie again. And it's not the most exciting brand of foosball, but it can be a high percentage style. Perrie just not comfortable shooting the ball, something he's never been very good at. And we're talking about a guy who's lots of major titles, world and national championship titles, but there's the problem. If you turn it over, it goes to the 3-rod of the opponent. And Gregg Perrie will debate you on this one. You talk about the fact that if it doesn't work one time, it is really costly. You saw it right there. He turned it over. It goes to the 3-row. When you're shooting the ball, most of the time, if you've missed a shot or you don't clear the zone, it's not going to go to your opponent's 3-row.
Wow, great shot by Dave Gummeson.
Able to stroke it home.
Well, we saw Gregg Perrie using this particular series. He was playing with, I believe, he was playing with Rob Mars. Was it Rob Mars? In Nationals in 2005. And they actually did very well in that tournament, but it did show some weaknesses in that strategy of the 2-5 series.
And it's also a comfort thing for the forward, as Perrie now playing the forward position. Looks like he's going to shoot it. Perrie from snake shot position, tried to go down the middle, blocked by Kimmerling. But it isn't real comfortable for a forward to do that. It's outside of generally every forward's comfort zone to keep his 5-row down in that situation.
Right. And especially at the far wall. We've seen, Dave Gummeson won a national title in '97 with Don Swan doing a 2-5 series primarily. It was different than that, but they had a lot of success at it.
Here's Perrie once again. He's going to step away and call timeout, bring Gummeson back to forward.
Good call.